Okay, so I have just prepped my face and got it all ready. I used Make Sense foundation, amazing stuff, in the shade Almond. Boom. So what's great about this is that it has an SPF in it, but what's better, it has like mechanical shield to protect you. So it's a foundation, plus it has sun protection, plus it has skincare in it, evens out your skin tone real nicely. And it has the airless pump, so you're gonna use everything in there. And I've had this for like 3 months. So it's fantastic. I got a little bit on myself. Okay, prep my brows. And I used Rustic Brown. It's now a permanent shade. This is Shadow Sense from Senegence, and it's great because it's like water resistant. It's gonna stay on my brows all day. And I just make it so it's a little bit darker. It's great. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on my eyes, and I'm gonna start with the base tone, and I'm going to use this, which is a limited edition. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's called Dusk Shimmer. You can't see it, but there's some other tones, and you can see these are well loved and well used because I just basically use them all the time. But these are good alternative colors. A couple of them are limited edition, and one is limited, and the other one are standalones. Copper Gold, Copper Rose or Shimmer. Yeah, Copper Rose Shimmer, Mocha Java Shimmer, and Candy Cocoa Shimmer. So, while my cat goes crazy in the background. Okay. So I'm just gonna take it. This is a cream to powder. I've taken out the stopper just because I'm like that. And I'm gonna put it all over. Go a little bit above. It's gonna look crazy. Don't mind it. Really get above my crease. I have a little bit of a hooded eye. And then I'm going to take, this one's a little bit dirty. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I'm gonna take this brown brush. It's one of the Real Techniques brushes, and it's a deluxe crease brush. It's nice and fluffy. I'm just gonna use that, and I'm going to blend it into that crease. I'm gonna go a little bit higher. I'm gonna fix this a little bit when I put on my highlight. But I go a little bit higher above my brow, like that brow, the crease, like the bone, whatever that is. Right in there. Just make sure it's nice and blended. So it just makes this nice kind of, it's a technical term, look it up. All right, so after that, I'm going to do my crease. So I need a nice bold color for my crease, and I'm wearing yellow today. So I am going to go with blue. And I'm going to take lapis glitter and a little bit of onyx to make it a little bit deeper. So again, the Shadow Sense lapis glitter, it's blue. And I'm going to take it and I'm just going to dab a tiny bit because I don't want to go too crazy. And then I'm going to take this brush. It is called a shade brush. No. This one's Eco Tools. And I'm just going to pat right into my crease while my cat freaks out in the background. And it needs to be continued, like so, and then I just continue to add color. And then I'm actually going to do it because as you layer it, this liquid to powder, it sets really well in layers. So if you do one layer and then set let it like chill for a minute. It layers really nicely. And I don't like to swish it because it tends to remove the color as you're trying to add it. So if you just dab, just pat, 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 pat. If you add the color where you want it to, go a little bit into that bone, the brow bone right there. Go a little bit further that way. And you just literally just keep patting. Don't swish, pat. Okay, so then I'm gonna do this side. Whoop. Just one little boop. That's all you need. Or you can go like onto the wand and get it onto the brush and then pat where you want. I find I get a little more color if I just go directly on it. I'm just gonna keep kind of following that crease a little bit forward. I'm just gonna pat, 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 and I just kind of pat a little bit. I want it to be a little bit over exaggerated because I have hooded eyes, so when I like close my eyes, you see like nothing unless you over exaggerate a little bit. So you're gonna pat, 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 pat. So you see I'm getting a little bit of a richer color in there. Go back over here, probably just one more layer, especially in the crease. And then I kind of start shaping it a little bit and giving it just a little bit more shape to it. You want it to look nice and blended, not too sticky in one exact spot, because that's how you get creasing, so I don't want to crease. Okay, one more time over here. Go. Okay, so now I'm going to darken up just the edges a little bit to make it a little bit more dramatic. And this I'm actually going to brush it. This is the Onyx, it's black. This I'm actually going to just go boop right with the same brush and just get a little bit on there. Because I just want to get a little bit of shadowing in there. Just to bring out that dramatic effect of the corner. Do the other side, just a boop. And if you ever feel like you get too much, I like using a blotting sheet. So just a clean blotting sheet, and I just kind of pat it against there to remove excess. This is like a rice paper. It's also really good for mixing colors. If I wanted to just add them to the two together before putting them on, I could do that as well. Let's give it a little dimension right there in the corner. Make sure it's nice and blended. Pat, pat, pat. Pat, 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 pat. Pat, 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 pat. Okay. So now that it's in the corner, I want to do shade on the inner, and I want something really bright and dramatic, something that really goes with my shirt. So I've chosen today the dramatic of dramatic, the warm gold shimmer. This is the bomb. So it's really bright. It's really bright, but I promise it is amazing. Now, okay, I'm gonna go directly in my inner corner and just put a little bit. I'm gonna dab it on the inner corner. Okay, now this brush I've already used on it a couple times. This is a little bit dirty, but this is just, I think it's just a kit I got, but it's a flat brush. It's a wood. So I'm gonna take the flat brush and I'm just going to pat it in and move it over there. I kind of just blend it into that crease. Pat it in. And move it down into just pat, 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 pat. And I usually pat in kind of a downward motion right here because I want to keep it on the lower part. Really pat it over here, trying to blend it into the blue. Boop, boop, boop. Now, to blend a little bit more, I'm gonna bring that brush back that I was using and blend it over there with that corner. So it has a nice seamless kind of transition. And there's that. Okay, so now before I start doing my highlights, I am going to use eyeliner, and I'm going to start with an eyeliner pencil. This is the iSense pencil in the black, and I love it because it's great for quick. It's dull, so doing like external corners, I like to make use of an angled brush to help out. So sometimes I use a smaller angle brush to really get that fine, a little bit of a at the end. So I'm going to start it out, and this, until it dries, it's spreadable. Once it does dry, it is fantastic. So I know I try not to spread out my eye because I guess it's bad, but I'm also a really jittery person all the time. And I really want to get oh, that was fun. As best a line as I can, and it's a little big. And so I'm there on that, and I totally spread it, it's fine. Going all the way to the inner corner. I was always afraid to go in the inner corner. I thought it made my eyes look horrible, but actually from my eye shape, which is a little bit farther apart, it works really well. Just really get it in there. So if I wanted to kind of make that line a little bit smoother, then, and I'll fix this, because that's another reason you don't do it, you smudge it. Okay, so I'm actually going to take Onyx, and I'm going to just dab a little bit on there. A nice brush. I'm using my blotting paper to blot. I'm going to put that on top of the pencil to smooth it out to look like a true, like, liquid eyeliner. Tonight's look, I'm not going to do a really big wing, just extend it out a little bit to kind of pull that eye shape out. Ugh, okay. I just kind of follow where my makeup is, and then I can clean it up. I make it a little bit bigger on the outer edge. Okay. I blinked and it wasn't dry. That's what happens. Okay. So I want to clean it up a little bit. I'm so sorry, my nose. And so I just kind of take my brush that I use like concealer. I just kind of sweep it up. And while I'm going to finish my eye look, I'm going to do a little bit of translucent powder. And don't mind me, don't mind me, don't mind me. For some reason. Cotton ball. Okay, so this translucent and natural. Boop. And I put it in this little dish because it's easier to get. And I take that same brush I use my concealer for it, and I just dab a little bit on there. And then I'm setting my under eye, a little bit of it. Then, excuse my runny nose. Guess it's that time of the year for everything, right? All right, I have a huge mess in front of me. Thankfully you can't see. So then I actually want to take a little bit and do a little bit in the outer corners of my under eye. Now I do have a hooded eye, so I don't like to do too much because then it is just, well, it's too much. So I'm just gonna take this. And it's kind of like why I like a pencil, because it's quick, and with my unsteady hand, it's really good. Well, I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to do that either. I need this. So if I want to clean it up a little bit, just grab a Q-tip. Smudge it a little bit. Okay, so now before I do my highlight, I'm going to go ahead and set some bronzer and some blush. For a nice bronzer, I also use the powder, but I use Bronze Dust. I love this because it's just a little bit, and it adds a little bit of a shimmer to it. So disclaimer, this bronzer has shimmer. And I've also put it in a little container. Got these at Target. I'm gonna put a little bit more. And it's only because I like it comes with a brush on it, but I actually like using my own brushes just because then I can be more exact about the brush I use. But it takes very little. So I'm going to actually use this. It is a contour brush from the Real Techniques. So I take a little bit and I'm gonna swish it around in the lid. That's also why I like doing it. And I'm just gonna go kind of and then circle it up over my hairline. Just a little bit. Swish it around my brush or dab it on a piece of paper. And I don't really do too much to my nose. I just don't want it to look so white. And I just go on the side with the little whatever is left over. A little on my. Oh, that was a lot. Oof, oof, oof. Now I'm going to add blush. And for blush, today I'm going to use, I want a little bit of a pinky tone. It is worn away because I use this a lot, and it is the pink berry, and it is bright pink, and it seems like it's way too pink. So this is what you do. Okay, so I got that paper that I've been using to dab. I'm just going to put, oh, I said a tiny bit. It's just as I was saying, a tiny bit. It went everywhere. Whoa. All right, now I have plenty. Like, see, I'm not even gonna use the whole thing because it's way too much. This is an Eco Tools, just an angled fluffy brush. And then literally just gonna take a tiny bit of that, and I'm gonna pat it around. Tiny bit. And I'm just like, all right, now I'm gonna go for my face. And I'm gonna pat. And I'm just trying to give my cheeks like a nice healthy glow right along the top of where I put the highlighter. And goes a little bit above here, and I'm going to go back in there, but just want a nice, look at how bright. All right, do that again. Take a little bit, kind of swish it around. Okay. Now I'm ready to work it in. It's like I'm stippling it with the blush brush. There's a little bit more on that side than this side, so didn't mean to make that one as pink. So I'm gonna, this is my concealer brush, and just stipple out the edges so it's nice and blended. And so everything is nice and bronzed up there. Sometimes I was like, oh, I stippled too much. Oh, I took too much out. And I put it a little bit away from like lower, so only a little bit is right here on my cheekbones. And that is specifically because if I do it too close to my cheekbones, it makes my face look really puffy and older. So if I just kind of angle along right here, right below my cheek line, my cheek and smile bones, it's mostly highlighting a little bit and it kind of slims it out. All right, highlight. I am going to use Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. Whoop, whoop, nope, okay. It's really old. There we go. I'm never gonna get it. Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. As you can see, well used, well loved. Okay. I mean, I'm almost to the end of it. It's really sad. I'm gonna need to buy a new one. I've taken out the stopper. I've had this for months. So really get that. Okay. I'm going to add right here in the crease. Oh, that was a lot. And right here. I really want to take, okay. And then I'm going to add here and here. So my highlight areas. And the brush I'm going to use to spread that out. I'm actually going to use an Eco Tool brush that I usually use. It's a little dirty, but it's okay. I usually only use it for highlight. It is, what does it say? I can't even say base shadow brushes, but just want to work it into the line of my shadow and below my brow to really highlight that. My hair's everywhere. I gotta take some excess above the brow. Some people do highlighter first. I like to use it to kind of everything out. And I just work it into the corner there. I just wanted to blend out. So it kind of fans up and wakes up that corner of my eye. Blends in with the gold. And then I'm highlighted. So then I'm going to go over my face. Some more natural powder. This time with a very fluffy brush. This is an Eco Tools brush, I believe. I think it's just a special edition one. And work it in to set. And I barely used anything, but I wanted to set, and I go around my blush and I just want to set my nose and everything. And then mascara. I'm gonna start with, again, something I've been using. I mean, you can tell I use this to dye. This is the newest of our Volume Intense mascara. Nourishes your lashes and it makes them crazy amazing. But I'm also going to top it with purple. Wow, I have hair everywhere. I'm going to top it with some purple just to give it a little bit more of a kind of a bluey tone. I want it mostly black. So I'm wiping up a little bit of the excess. It's on the very last part of its life. Telling you, it's lived a hard life. It has lived a hard knock life this mascara. So I ease it onto my lashes. This is the waterproof version. There's also a non-waterproof version that I also use to death. I usually do this to it so that I can not get it all over my face. Ooh, a little bit of a clump there. So when clumpies happen, get an eyelash comb. My hair is everywhere. Should get one of those. I know that there's a really good one on mascara, an eyelash comb, as I totally just I swear, if you saw everything that I was doing below the camera. Okay, let's adjust. So I'm going, this is also one of the waterproof versions. It's one of our color line. They were a limited edition, still available. And I just kind of work in there to separate the lash. So that's my look for you today. As you can see, it's a nice, got a little bit of drama, just enough to see, just enough to draw some intrigue without being too overdone. So super easy to do for a night out, simple date night, like holiday party, or just whatever you need to do. Hope you loved watching this video, so go ahead and give it a like down below, or subscribe to my channel and check out some new looks I got for you coming up.